Ben Hardy here, and today we have the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass. This is a completely revised body style from the old Compass. Starting at the front end, what you're going to notice is it looks more like a Grand Cherokee than anything else, with these little slats for the grille. The new HID headlamps with the LED accent lighting. You get the fog lamps down there. This is the Trailhawk package, so it does come with the tow hooks up front that are finished in red, and it is going to be a little bit higher up off the ground with a little bit more aggressive tires than on a regular Compass. Starting at the back here, we have a power tailgate on the key fob, and you can also just use the regular tailgate, just pulling it and it'll automatically come up. You do get quite a bit of trunk space back here. These seats do all fold down to give you even more space. And then you do get a spare tire in the back. And then these are the rubber floor mats that come with the Trailhawk trim. You got these parking sensors on the back end. And then when you want to close the trunk, you just can come up here, press that little button there. And these trunks are safe for little kids, because if you do press that button and the trunk closes on a little kid, it actually will stop once it hits something. Then we can come around to the back here, where the step-in height is super nice. It's really easy to get back here. There's plenty of leg room for your passengers. The middle seat would be a little bit tight, but you could easily fit 3 people in here. And you do get this little pull-out with some cup holders. And then you do get an outlet back here, as well as a USB port. Now coming around to the front, it's got that keyless entry that you can see there. So to lock it, you just gotta touch it, and then to unlock it, just put your hand on the back. And then you are gonna get power adjustments, and that Beats sound system. Back here you got your adjustments for the mirrors, automatic windows. And again, step-in height, it's really easy to get in and out of this vehicle. You got your automatic high beams right there. You got all of your different modes. So you got your 4-wheel low, hill descent control, 4-wheel lock. It's front-wheel drive normally, but if you need it to be in 4-wheel drive all the time, then you have your automatic snow, sand, mud, and rock, depending on conditions. If you leave it in automatic, it'll kind of do everything for you. It does have auto stop start function, which you can turn off there. And then it does have a little bump stick, so you can go through the gears yourself if you prefer. And then the push start button is kind of inside here, which I think was pretty cool. And then it'll start right up. And then this is going to come with that same 8.4-inch screen. It's going to have the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It's going to have navigation. You know, it's all pinch to zoom. You do get the cold weather group in this, so you are going to have the heated seats and heated steering wheel, dual zone climate, you know, all your USB and media stuff, so Bluetooth, all that. And then you're going to get that subscription to the Sirius radio, and then AM, FM. And that all sound nice on that Beats sound system. You got a glove box there. Center console, which is a little bit tight, but I'm glad they provided one. And then you got the center stack here that can show you all the information that you need, and you can kind of go through that on this little panel here. There's your Bluetooth. And then another thing that this feature does have that comes with a little bit of tech is it's got the lane departure assistance, which you can turn off here. And what that will do is, depending on how you set it, it'll make it more or less aggressive with trying to keep you in your lane, kind of giving you a little bit of a heads up when you're going out of your lane. The engine here in the all-new Compass, it's a 2.4 liter inline 4 that puts out 172 horsepower and 165 pound-feet of torque. Towing capacity on this isn't huge. It's rated at about 1,000 pounds towing capacity, so, you know, really small trailer. Get 22 in the city, 25 all around between city and highway, and then you get 30 on the highway in terms of MPG. So it's actually pretty good for an SUV, you know, getting up to 30 miles per gallon on the highway. Okay, so we're setting off here in the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass with the revised body style. And first impression on it, it's actually, you know, really comfortable to be in. The seats are pretty nicely bolstered. They're not super aggressive like you would see in a sports car or anything like that, but they're, you know, they kind of keep you in place really nice, and they're just really comfortable, and they're wide enough to fit a bigger person if need be. And the other thing that I'm noticing is that the ride quality actually is really smooth on this. It, you know, takes up the bumps pretty well, and even though it does have those little bit more aggressive off-road tires and it is a little bit higher off the ground compared to a regular Compass, this being the Trailhawk, you're not really giving up much with that. And the other thing that I actually didn't mention while I was going over all the features on it is this does have the blind spot monitoring, which is actually pretty handy when it comes to city driving, because it'll, you know, obviously show things that are in your blind spot, and it'll make it a lot easier to maneuver and everything and not have to worry about accidentally hitting into someone. And now we're going to get it up to highway speeds here. We're going to kind of push that engine just a little bit. And to be completely honest, it's not all that fast. You know, I was getting on it pretty good right there, and the acceleration, you know, wasn't throwing me back in my seat or anything like that, and it wasn't, you know, rocketing down the interstate. It's quick enough, but it's not fast by any means. And so what I would say is that if power is something that's a little bit more important to you, then this wouldn't be the right vehicle to go for you, because it is limited with its engine options. And so if you wanted something a little bit more powerful, then maybe go up to like the Grand Cherokee, because the smallest engine that you can get in that one is a 3.6 liter V6, and so that would have quite a bit more power. It does have a 9-speed automatic transmission in it, and so it's keeping the RPMs relatively low, and so that, you know, that's probably a big proponent in why this gets, you know, 30 miles per gallon on the interstate. And I don't really have much more to say about the transmission. It's not as quick shifting as the 8-speed, but it does go through the gears pretty efficiently, and it does keep you at a lower RPM to help you get better fuel economy. So to finish off with my overall impressions, I think this is a really nice size. It's a bit more lightweight than a lot of other SUVs, and so it's easy to maneuver, and it doesn't feel like you're hefting around this big giant thing. I think that if you love the looks of the Grand Cherokee but don't quite love the price point that the Grand Cherokee is at, then I think this vehicle is actually a really good alternative, because stylistically it looks really similar to that, and so it, you know, has that more upscale feel to it and everything without that same price premium that the Grand Cherokee's at. However, if, you know, power is more important to you, then obviously, you know, go up to the Grand Cherokee. But other than that, it's a great vehicle. Kind of at the price point this one's at, you know, it's stickers for about $35,000 for fully loaded one of these, you know, before any discounts or anything like that. And so I think that's a really good price point for what you're getting, because you're getting this SUV with, you know, all these nice little features and everything, but you're not having to give an arm or a leg or anything for it. And there we have it, the all-new 2017 Jeep Compass. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like if you liked the video. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe, and I'll see you all in that next video.